Good boy. Come say hello. Come say hello. Hello. Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm from setting up the 5Ps and the 10 trees. As you can see behind me, it's very beautiful here. I live in a very grateful to be living here. Look, dune land, and the sea is down there. That's St Ives over there. So, as you can see, there aren't many trees around here, and that's what I've learned in the last sort of 20-30 years of my life. And I know the last 10-20 years the planet's gone a bit mad and we've speeded up things. And what I've learned is we weren't like taught things quite right. I think when I was growing up, it was okay to spray what we call weeds with weed killer, lots of chemicals. So humans would have a little patch of lovely nature and they'd spray it with chemicals. I think what we're starting to realise now is that's not quite the right way to do things, and we need to get back to nature more. The one thing we also need to get back to is reforesting Britain. So yes, coastal areas are difficult to forest, but there used to be a lot of coastal areas that were forest and hunting ground for some of the kings, etc. And we have stripped bare a lot of the land, and to add to that, we are in environmental crisis. So as a mum with a single mum who felt pretty helpless when I was watching what I felt the government and generally people not actually taking it very serious, I thought of an idea called the 5Ps and the 10 trees. So the 5Ps and the 10 trees is sort of like a logical equation that focuses on how to solve the planet problems, and it's sort of trying to keep it simple, but what I need is putting a little bit of oomph behind it. So it's not about money, but I need the expertise to actually pull it off the ground. So the 5Ps is pollution, which is obviously car pollution, air pollution, even 5G pollution that we're bringing in, which creates global warming and other issues. And it's people like really rallying and lobbying behind all those situations so we can change the way we transport. And even there's an idea behind it to create an app for our own air miles, so we can monitor our own air miles, and people that haven't got the money can actually sell their air miles. So there's lots of ideas behind that one. And then obviously there's the plastic, which say no more. We don't need to know. We know that this thing behind me has been polluted. The massive ocean has been polluted by plastic, and we've got to stop the production of plastic, look at other productions and better recycling, etc. And then there's population, which is we have a lot of people on this earth, and it's really teaching the younger generation and motivating people to sort of live a bit lightly, educating them not to maybe have so many children, or working out the logistics of everything. Yeah, and then there's plant-based diets. So I talked about forestation. Well, the Amazon has been completely depleted because of our demand for food and beef and even tobacco and other products like soya. I think someone said last year the space of London was depleted every week in the Amazon, and we can no longer do that because the Amazon is, if we've got more people on this earth, we need bigger lungs to breathe, and the trees are our lungs. So it seems really crazy that we do these things. So the plant-based diet is all about teaching people to change their diets, and following on from that is obviously the final P, which is planting trees, one of the most important parts of the project. Yeah, I would love to be planting trees in the Amazon. I'd love this project to kick off. My first focus was to reforest Cornwall, because a lot of Cornwall, as beautiful as it is, there's like up on the north coast a little bit, there's little pockets and valleys that you can create wildlife corridors with different native species of trees. So it's all about diversity as well, but it's all about making people feel a part of the community and a part of planting trees. So people would be able to get 10 trees and they could buy themselves and find designated lands. It's motivating people to find land, but also having a database of landowners that we've made really good relationships, which I'm starting now, and having planting days and things like that. And for the landowners it helps because then they don't have to pay for the trees. So it should benefit everybody. It's very much in the seed stage. As I said, it's not money motivated, but money is very important if you want to make it successful. So I'm really hoping that you find the idea good and that you think it's worth putting some money behind it and some expertise behind it as well, and that we can start doing it. I know everybody's talking about planting trees at the moment, so it'd be really great if we can get this project as one of the major projects that helps people and spreads as well. Definitely, you know, my original idea was to start where I live, start locally, but if we can get the expertise and marketing behind this to make this throughout Britain, and then for me, like further afield, like the Amazon, even Africa, areas that are flooded, we can look at like big trees like willow, which suck up the water. Obviously, you have to look at the seasons and things in those sort of countries. But I think trees is one of the most vital things, but it's also another aspect to the trees is forest gardens, which is something that I've been learning for the last 2 years, foraging and forest gardens. And I have people that are interested in setting up these areas where there is free food for people as well. So it's really exciting, the scope of this project, and yes, it is in its early stages, and I really hope that we can put some money behind it. Thank you for listening, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to apply for this.